Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Even Me podcast with your girl Kim. And
Morph Speaks. And today we'll be talking about how do you know someone loves you for you and not for what you can do for them. Me and Kim, we've been talking about this a little bit, and I'll go ahead and let Kim lead, and then I'll jump in.
so I feel, this is something that I actually heard. When someone loves you for you, it's genuine because no one else can be you. But if they love you for what you can do, they always searching for someone who can do it better. So I feel that's a true statement because if you love me for me, and there's no other Kim out there, that's love. That's what you want. But if you want me to, figure out, oh, I can drop it low. Eventually, dropping it low, these knees gonna give out. So
Drop
what
it
you gonna
low,
find
drop it low.
what you gonna find a Megan Thee Stallion? Then what happened when she get older? You gonna keep searching.
Yeah, I mean, with me, I feel like sometimes you can't really tell in the beginning of the relationship if that person wants you for what you can do or they want you for you. I think it takes a little time. Sometimes that's why I think some people go through like a relationship without being married for a while. Kind of like what I explained to you. I've heard couples that have issues with like sex after a certain amount of time, where especially after being married, they have issues where the man don't want sex or the lady doesn't want sex. And I don't know. I mean, I'll give my input later, on different things. But I
Mhm.
think, it's kind of hard. Like I said earlier, it's kind of hard to tell, if they want you for you in the beginning of a relationship. I mean, I think 1 to 2 years, you'll know more about that person, so you probably want to not jump into like a marriage or something. You know, it, if they make money, you make money, and it's not that, then it has to be for you. They want you for you, but I mean, what's your take on that?
Well, I think definitely, being in a relationship over time, you have to bring things. For me, I'm gonna say you have to implement things because if it's just like, you know, oh, I want you because your lips were sexy and I figure you can do this or whatever, that shit don't get old. My lips can't keep doing that all the time. I mean, this gonna get old. But I'm saying that, you know, throughout the years you have to reinvent, not saying change you, but reinvent something. And you ain't gonna reinvent the love wheel, but bring something in, make it romantic, spark her interest. She needs to spark him or something that is continuing, you continually being you. But I know there's a lot of people looking for what people can do for them. I don't want that. I don't want what you can do for me because it always get brought up in the end and saying I did, I provided. No, what we can bring together, I would like that. But I never ever want to ever depend on a man again because it wasn't genuine. My dad said all the time, if someone say what they have to do for you, they never wanted to do it in the first place. So I want somebody that we can, I give to you, you give to me, we giving together. Um, but sexually, I mean, yeah, it's something I mean, put on a little music. It could be Michael Jackson bad. I don't care. It's a song.
Pump every time he says, "I'm bad, I'm bad."
Yeah.
Now, for me, I think in a relationship, and this is any relationship I've ever been, I feel that certain things should be given. One, sexual intercourse or attraction should be number one. I'm not
Hmm.
saying have sex all the time. I'm saying like the couple, the man and the woman should be attracted to each other. That's one.
Hmm.
That should be a given. Two, financial, you know, she should make money, I should make money, unless, the two come to an agreement, hey, don't work, take care of the kids or something like that. like some couples do. Like, I don't have that issue. Our kids are grown, so we don't have to come up with that agreement. And then, like, things around the house. I don't do this often, but like, let's say I cook, she'll clean the kitchen. If she cooks, I try to help clean the kitchen. Sometimes, we get into other things and start watching TV. And then, like you were saying earlier, it shouldn't be all about sex, or, all about, the way that the lips and the way you ride or something, anything like that. I think it should be like a natural attraction. Like I said earlier, it should be, she wants me, I want her, and stuff just happens. It should just be like a thing. I think couples that have issues with sexual relations, or like men always say, oh, once I got married, now it's like once a month, and all the excuses. I got a headache, I got this, I got that. I feel I'm 100% honest. In a relationship, if a man wants to have sex, or if the woman wants to have sex, I mean, I'm not saying rape the person, but basically coerce them into doing it. There's ways of doing it without, like, rape, you know?
Yeah, I think when women, I'm gonna say for me, but most of the women can agree, it's that emotional connection, or that quality time. That's the sexiest thing in the world. I think when a man can give you quality time, we don't have to even go to movies, or go out to eat or whatever. We can have food at home and just watch a movie, and cuddle up on the couch, and that's sexy as hell to me. That turns me on, and because you actually giving me your undivided attention. And men don't know that. Men just think, oh, I have to wine and dine her
Yeah.
in order to get something.
Yeah,
No.
I don't feel that whining and dining does much, because I could tell you, um I saw this video the other day, and it basically showed the lady was like, she had first two drinks, she got kind of horny, she wanted him. She had a couple more drinks, then she started getting sleepy. Then she had a couple more
Mhm.
drinks, like the whole night just went to hell because she just wanted to sleep. So I mean, I
Mhm.
think sometimes that doesn't work either. Some people get more sexual when they drink, and some people don't. Some people can't even perform when they're too drunk. So I
Mhm.
think you have to find that happy medium. Like, you got to know your person. That's why I said it takes a little while. Like, I have to get to know the person. I got to know where their medium is at. If I'm not attracted to her and she's not attracted to me, then I think is gonna have you're gonna have an issue. Or if your significant others having extramarital, an extramarital affair, she's not gonna want you, or he's not gonna want you as much as they would. So you may have some issues in your marriage, because she's thinking about someone else, you're thinking about her, and she's not going to want you, or he's not going to want you. And like, I think the whole thing is just going to be a mess. I mean, I don't know how to best explain it, but if that person's mind is thinking about something else, like you said, if they're looking for someone else, or looking for something else, or looking for that that spark, or that thing that happened 2 years ago with someone else, and they're with you, you know
Mhm.
the consolation prize, let's put it that way. you know
Yeah.
it's like they're never going to be into the relationship as much as you are.
Mhm. That's like this guy said. I was looking at. He said that us women, we become the girlfriend, wife, and doing everything for the dude. And dude, their status is single, and they doing everything single people do. They never told us they wanted to be in a relationship. We're putting ourselves out there, and that's what I feel like now. I mean, you can say now. I don't know what's going on with the world. A lot of men out here, old men too, with that they're looking for something. What it is, I don't know. Um,
I'll
so
tell
you
you,
you kind of, what is it?
it's the thing is, so women find, and this is my opinion, women
Mhm.
find like a significant other that's going to provide stability and to be there to cuddle. The thing with men now, they're seeing that a woman single independent, they may not want to talk to a man. They want a man that's already like secure, and some men are to the point where they already got past that. They probably had a relationship and they did all that and they kind of got tossed to the side. So now it's like we talked before about social medias. They see, these women, on OnlyFans, on Instagram, halfway naked, and that's what they're looking for. They think, it's like watching a porn, right? You see them
Mhm.
have sex, have sex, have sex. You think they're going for like 50 minutes and they're really not. They're taking breaks in between and doing cuts. No one can really go 50 minutes straight. So it's like it's a fantasy. So the men
Mhm.
see these women, they're like, oh man, these women is hot. Half the time, these models are doing it for money because they're either may have money or may not have money, but they're not living that same life. It's a fantasy. Same as men, men always, talking to women thinking, or harassing women, which, someone just told me this recently. It's like, and we talked about this. Women get harassed probably 100 times a day on, socials and things like that. And a man, of course, is a man freaking doing it because, he's looking at pictures and he's like, man, maybe I get a chance, if I DM her, or something like that. A woman does, a woman will only DM a guy if they know they're single, they know they're secure, and they know that most likely they don't have a significant other, and they see that you're doing like nice things, on Instagram or something like that. They won't DM a woman, because they're, want a relationship. They want, to get to know them a little bit better. Maybe I said that kind of wrong, but it's, I think what a man is looking for is totally different than what a woman's looking for nowadays, especially now.
Mhm.
And the tables have turned because women have more power right now than men do. And I can tell you
Mhm.
this because and someone said this before, it's a sexual time in on earth. And that's because, sexy is in. Most of these women that you see posting like that, they're making money. They're entrepreneurs. The OnlyFans, folks are making money. How many men have you seen on OnlyFans?
Hopefully now.
No, there's some. I just don't know
It
what the hell
okay.
they're doing on there, but it's totally different. They're not going to make the money that a woman would on OnlyFans
Mhm.
because no, I mean, unless it's, part of the LGBT community and they're looking at each other, a man's looking at a man. So I get it,
Mhm.
but no woman is going to pay that fee to watch a man unless, he has a good body. But even those men with good bodies, they'll just do something for free. They'll just go to social media, regular Instagram or whatever, knowing that a normal person would go see them there and not pay whatever the fees are for, OnlyFans, which a man that's lonely, would join OnlyFans, to look at a woman, halfway naked, because that's what they're doing. What else could they be
Mhm.
doing?
That's crazy. I mean, I think, excuse me, I think the world is like both right now, men and women are losing their mind, right? So these younger women, younger than me, I'm gonna just say the younger universe. I mean the younger era right now, in the late, in the early 30s or whatever. They're looking for money. They don't really want to go make it. They want somebody to give it to
Yeah.
them. And men are looking, okay, if I have the money and I can pay for it, I'm a, go after that. But then when it comes down to you want a relationship, you want stability, this young person is not going to give it to you because I got it from you. Let me see if I can go hit two more dudes up and get it from. And this is where these men 45 and up are becoming stupid. I'm gonna just say sorry to say that,
Sugar
but
daddies.
they are,
Sugar
huh?
daddies.
That yeah, they don't think they are. They don't think they're sugar daddy. Oh no, I'm not. But you just bought her four new tires.
Yeah.
You know that's a sugar daddy. She needed this purse. Why you have to buy? That's not your woman or your intended to be woman. That's just somebody you fantasizing because she don't see you as a relationship
Yeah,
at all.
their mindsets are too different. He's seeing a relationship, she's seeing dollar bills.
Mm-hmm. And then they be like, oh, now that when the nice and good woman come around, they're faulted for what you went after, and you've seen these signs. But other women that's decent women get faulted for these young women that you was dealing with. I feel like, to me, it you have to evaluate what you really want and who you going after. Now, I don't went for some crazy ass people, but never, probably in my younger, like the 20s, I did some real fucked up stuff. and got somebody, oh, because you look like this, oh because of this, and just dumb. But now I'm like, let me just step back and reevaluate what I want. First of all, peace. And if I can't get peace with nobody, I'm gonna get it by myself. That's one. But you see all this stuff that they looking and lurking on these young girls because they shaking their ass. Okay, what happened when the ass stopped shaking? Because she gonna shake it for, if she's shaking it on there for you, she gonna shake it for somebody else. Because it's not just for you, believe it or not. So what's gonna happen when stuff start to fall? Is she gonna be there? Do you think so? I mean, I think that's what a lot of people don't, and that's men and women. They don't evaluate it. I mean, there's some little sexy ass guys that's on Facebook be showing his body or whatever. But you think I'm finna hit him up? First of all, you're in your late 20s, early 30s. We have nothing to talk about. We on two different levels. Okay, yeah, you working out
Wait a
every day.
second. He may have an old soul. You never know. Maybe.
It ain't old enough for me.
I mean, it
It's
may
not.
be. You never know.
No, no, it's not
To,
old
to be
enough. If you
honest,
close,
I think, and this is just me because
hmm
I lied about my age when I was younger, but I think age is not, just like Aaliyah said, age ain't nothing but a number. And this is true. I mean, now, granted, not everybody's mature for their age because you can be dealing with a 40-year-old man, and you're in your 40s. You both, you know, are pretty close in age, let's say, and he's not fully mature,
hmm
and then you can deal with, you know, someone not in your age group, let's say 30, right? 10
hmm
years, your eldest, and they may be like fully mature because they live life, they've done things, they know what they want. Some people
hmm
know, I want to get married by this age, I want to have this many kids by this age, or I want to meet a person that's stable, that's already, I'm not going to say that's been with a lot of people, but someone that has some type of experience and knows about life and can kind of help, push him the right way, because he like I said, he may have an old soul. So I mean, sometimes the age may or may not affect, like, his the mindset. So you can't
Well,
be closed minded. Just saying.
what can he do? I'm just saying he just probably be six. Like, I mean, a young guy, a little bunny rabbit. But um, that's that's probably it. I know it's not a what I'm gonna say. Oscar Wiener is a Chopper Hill sausage all the time. So that's probably it. But my oldest is 32, so he's mature. Basically, we nearly grew up together. I'm damn near.
Yeah.
But I still see the immaturity in him because when to me going to the club at 8 o'clock, I'm home by midnight.
Mm-mm.
To them, going to the club at midnight is when it starts, and I'm like, what? So that's how I know that there would be it would be a big gap. First of all, I don't go to clubs. That's one. Two, if I was, 8 o'clock would be going, and I'm be home by
Well,
midnight.
I mean, you
That.
you could find you could end up finding someone that matches your energy, like we talked about before. So let's say you tell them in the beginning, I like to be home at a certain time. We can go out, we can wine and dine, we can go to a club at a certain time, but I like to be in my bed by 10 or whatever. And that's how you you know, kind of like weigh it and see, if he matches, what you're matching, your energy, and he comes home and is like, okay, because like, let's say me, right? I used to
Mhm,
club all the damn time. Even when I was
mhm,
like young, like I was 17 getting into clubs, I'd stay out all night. But, once I got with Janelle, I felt like, she used to be a clubber. So I think, at our early stages, we used to go out. Now, if we go out, we'll go out with a group of friends and stuff like that. But we don't stay out like all freaking night unless, our friends stay out. But my energy and her energy have to match. If I feel tired, and she feels tired, then or she's bored, I know when she gets bored and she'll kind of like nudge me like, "Hey, you ready to go?" I'm not gonna say no,
mhm,
I'm not ready to go. I'm ready to party some more. No, I'll be like,
mhm.
okay, cool. Or she's like,
Yeah.
let's say I'm not wanting to drink a whole bunch, because like I said, I drink, but I drink at home. I'm not gonna be
Mhm,
like, let's do some damn shots, or if she says
mhm,
let's do some shots, I'm like, nah, let's just chill out. I already got my drink, you got your drink, and we kind of match our energy. She'll be like, okay, cool. Because we have friends that, want shots, shots, let's do shots, let's do shots. And I used to hang around people like that all the time. It's like you buy a round, then they buy a round, then this person buys a round. By the end of the night, y'all like 6, 7 rounds in, and who the hell's gonna drive home at that time? So it's like, I mean, I think in every situation, 99% the energy has to match. So like if let's say a younger person, you get with a younger person, the energy has to match. Even if they're your son's age,
mhm,
they may not be 100% into just sex all the time. They may want, like I said earlier, a relationship. So you can't have that mindset of like, oh well, this young person is just sex. They're a jackrabbit. We're just
mhm.
gonna have sex all night. They may want to cuddle. Is or come home and watch Netflix or something without the chill part. Y'all chilling, but y'all really chilling, not having sex. So I mean, it could happen. I mean,
I can
you can't like deny it. It may happen.
I can say my second son, and he's 29, so he is a homebody. Like, he don't care about clubs, but he's still on that immature stage in a way. You can see it. And I mean, he take care of his business. He got his, own apartment, no kids, go to work, the manager of the warehouse. But it's still, you see that immaturity. You
Can I
know what I'm
let you in
saying?
on a
And I
little secret?
do what?
No man's ever fully mature.
Well, I'm finding that out
No,
the hard
no
way.
man is ever fully mature. There's always gonna be that immaturity because that's just built in us. I
Mhm.
you a lot of people think, oh man, Anthony's always strict and serious, and and this and this and this. Yeah, I am, but I'm still a joker, and you know that. I'm
Yeah.
still gonna joke around. I'm still gonna have a little fun, but I know where to draw the line when it comes to work and being silly. But I think that's in every man. I think it's in many women, but women don't like to let it out because they want to seem like they're serious all the time, and they feel like this is my opinion. Let me put this PSA out there. This is my opinion. I think they don't let it out because they don't want the man to ever feel, oh man, she's silly or something. They try to like
Mhm,
hide it, and it's always in there. Most women are jokers. It's just
mhm,
they bottle up because they feel like if they let loose, because you're gonna let loose with the right person. Let's put it that
mhm,
way. I mean, I know me and my fiance, we joke around. She has her times, and then, she'll hear me like talking to certain people, and she's like, well, you shouldn't be joking around like that, because yada, yada, yada. I'm like, well, you don't know the relationship we have. So, it's kind of like that, but most
mhm.
women's like, oh, no, during work time, you shouldn't, I get it. Most women want to be serious and, keep that character at all times.
I'm a joker. I'm a jokester. I joke, laugh, and stuff like that. But I know when it comes serious stuff, I have to do serious. But I do laugh and joke. And you know that, and talk much shit. But it's just like, I don't think I would. Yeah, like you said, my mind needs to be open. But right now,
Yeah, right now
it's
you're
not.
bouncing back, so it's not as
Yeah. So.
open as it should be because you're kind
Mhm.
of in that stage that bouncing back, but I'm still on guard because I need to make sure this person's for me. This person will take in my kids and all of that. But um, back to what we were talking about. How do you know someone loves you for you and not for what you can do? I think, my opinion, it's just my opinion. It's hard, but like I said earlier, you have to feel that person out. Especially if you're a guarded person, you have to see what's going on, see how they treat you, see how both of y'all mesh when it comes to like certain things. That attraction has to be there. I think if you're with the person for money and not the attraction, it's always going to stay that way. You're only going to be there for the money and
Mhm.
not the attraction. Like sex or that emotional connection is going to come second nature, and it's not going to ever be there 100%. You guys will never, well, this is my opinion. I don't know if you ever seen those movies where like they were set, the couples were set up and then the family tell them, well, love will come later. I don't think so.
Mhm.
I don't think love will come later. If it doesn't come in the beginning or there's no type of attraction, I think, especially like marriages that are, pre-set up,
Arranged.
arranged. That's the
Mhm.
word I was looking for. Arranged
Mhm.
marriages, I mean, they work, but they work for the family. That's what they work for.
Mhm.
That's what a prearranged marriage is. It's the daughter has something, the husband has something. When they come together, the families mesh, and then it works itself out for the family. With them, they're kind of stuck with each other. They have no choice, and in those cultures, I don't think they have like divorce, and that's why some of those people, before they do that, they come to like other countries and like they they soar their royal oats, kind of like remember coming to America. Yeah, that prayer, and he
Yeah.
came to he came to America. So I mean, I think that type of deal I don't think is ever going to work, and that's just my opinion
Mhm.
because it I don't think the love is ever going to come because you have attraction has to be there, everything has to be there, everything has to be right, for everything to continue to work out and not have an issue. What is your take on it?
I think so too, because look at Princess Di and Prince Charles, how they got married. She was
Was
beautiful,
their marriage
of course.
prearranged?
It yeah, it had to get approved because he was in love with the woman he with now. He was always in love with her. And he couldn't marry her or be with her because she had been married before.
Mm,
In their culture, you can't, a woman that's already divorced or whatever, that's against the rules or whatever. whatever they have over there in
Yeah.
England. But look how when you listen to the story of how they were, he was always, secretly seeing this woman he with right
Yep.
now. And so that's how I feel like, if I'm just say going back to a younger dude, he gonna be looking for somebody younger to be with. I mean, I'm just saying, like anybody you mess
You
with
may be his type.
15 years.
You never know. You
Uh,
may be his type. It's like everybody has a type, right? So
hmm
like you may like a dude that's slim and well, you say you like a bigger dude. That's-
I like big dudes.
So I mean, that's what you're gonna look for. That's what you're attracted to. Even though
hmm
like a slim dude can probably do the same or treat you the same way, but there's always gonna be a type, and your type is gonna be what you're gonna look for. I've always dated black women. You know, Unfortunately, I married a Hispanic woman, but guess what? I came back to a black woman. And that's what I've always been attracted to. So that's that. But you're gonna find the one, or the person that you're looking for, and that's how you're gonna make that, you know, that the situation, basically the love situation, it's gonna all click together, and not it's not gonna be for what you do to them or what you do for them. Because you can do a
hmm
lot of things for people, but they're not going to appreciate it. And once that next comes up, that's it.
hmm
You gave them your money, you did what, you put them to college. Let's say that, and you did what you had to for them, for what they wanted you for, and then guess what? That's it. Love is over.
Yeah.
The blindness, with money, is gone. So I mean, it was never
hmm
love. So they're just gonna leave. That's it. Point blank.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the princess died. Not what I was watching. Shonda Rhimes, Queen Charlotte, on Netflix, and it showed that she truly loved Prince Charles. I mean, no, his name was Prince George, because he had a sickness that they was hiding. He could never be king if they knew his sickness. He had I think it was like some kind of anxiety, depression,
Mhm.
or something like. She stuck with this man and had like 12, 15 kids by him. But she was the only one to calm him down. They had this doctor trying to, shock him mentally back or whatever. And that's love. That she chose to, when he said no, I'm not worth it,
Unconditional
you know.
love.
Yes, that was unconditional. So you want somebody just because, it's unconditional love, not conditional because you can do this, or conditional because right now I can't see your gray hair, but 5 years from now, you all gray. And I mean, it's just, I don't know. You see that sometimes in relationships, and when different people I talk to, I kind of hear that unconditional love, that how much they unconditionally love that person. But then on some people I talk to, you can hear it's a condition because he does this. What happened if he loses his job?
Hmm.
What happened if he get hurt? What happens then? And I don't think they can answer that question sincerely. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to ever be in that type of relationship ever again. The 12-year one. It was conditional. I was pretty much healthy a little bit through the whole thing, but yeah, yeah. I don't want that. But you hear it, and I know now the signs to look for. Because when you coming around things that don't excite me, it really don't. The fancy car, Mercedes, Benz, whoever, it does not excite me because it's gonna break down eventually. So basically, it's
So
just
basically, you're saying that a relationship's like a marriage. Eventually, it's gonna break down, but it's what you do
to
to
keep it
maintain
going.
it, to make sure it keeps running. You know.
hmm
On a side note, did you know that the royals really have no power?
No, I didn't know
Look
that.
it up. They don't have no
Mm.
power. They're just there. They can't say nothing in the government. The government has nothing to do with them. I mean, I think it's just a tradition, but I don't
hmm
think they can't do anything. I mean, they're just famous. That's why so many people flock to them and things like that. They're
Mm.
guarded by, the parliament or whatever they call it down there. But I don't think they have. I mean, I'll have to research it some more, but this is what I've heard. And I watched a podcast that was talking about it, because they were talking about Meghan Markle and stuff like that. And they were
Mm.
like, they have no power. I mean, the power they have is within them, but that's it. It's not like they have no say. Like what they do is just a tradition from years. Like I mean, it's
Mm.
passed down through centuries.
Wow. Yeah, so they have to pretend. Yeah, basically.
Pretty much. It's just I guess tradition. You know,
Mm.
they have no power. They can't change a law or anything like that. They just go by, like, that's why there's traditions that they do, like you said, can't marry somebody that already was married or something like that. That's just in the book, that they've had throughout years. They have the traditional wedding. It has to be done in their cathedral, a certain way. It's they can't, Megan can't say, hey, you know what, I don't want to get married here, I want to come to the United States and get married. She can't.
Mm.
She wants to follow the
Mm.
tradition because they have to follow it. That's why they all got married down there and did, the reception with all those people that they didn't know half of them. It was people from the clergy and all that stuff, and no one they knew. Now they can invite like guests, but I don't think it's like, you know over 100 people that they know. There was what, five, six
Mm.
hundred people, at
Mhm.
those at that place, and it's no one really, that they knew. I'm just rambling now,
Wow.
but
No, I didn't know that though. I mean, well, I'm into this Queen Charlotte. So Shonda Rhimes really wrote that. I mean, they did good. So